Ah. Well, hi there. I didn't see you. Me? Oh, don't even bother. Just drinking a nice hot cup of coffee. You know, just to purposely destroy my sleeping schedule because I guess I have really bad insomnia, so therefore it's going to be really difficult for me to try to recover from that. And also, this will prevent me from wanting to become a Gatorade-sucking vampire that roams all of Canada. But yeah. I'm a little bit off the rails today, I'm sorry. This is all for a good cause because, shit, where the hell was I going with this? Oh, yeah, I built my PC, guys. Like, that's literally it. I built my PC, so, woo! You know, honestly, this was really exciting. Like, over the last couple of months, I've been spending a lot of time just planning and waiting and stalking and pouncing. And then, you know, once I got everything, everything set up and pretty much ready to go to begin building this thing, in the middle of building it, there's just something about it that just comes across as like, I don't know, just very therapeutic. Like, even though it's my second time building a PC from scratch and stuff, I feel like, I don't know, my level of expertise of assembling these things has like grown immensely. Well, right after you watch a shit ton of videos, and obviously, yeah, your knowledge of it is definitely going to grow a whole lot. Like, as soon as I began unboxing everything, I knew almost exactly where I needed to start. Like, I honestly, once I unboxed it, I was awfully surprised how big the case turned out to be, though. But I mean, the bigger they are, the harder they fall, as they always say. I don't know who's they. I don't know who the heck I'm referring to or so. But it just sounded really cool in my head. So just go with it. You know, I'm not trying to say like I personally dropped it or anything. Like, who in the heck in their right minds would do such a thing, right? Next up was the unboxing phase. So along came the motherboard, which basically holds the majority of your parts, like your RAM, your CPU, your GPU, your SSD, 3 more SSDs, your ADHD, your OCD, your STDs, you name it. And as for the case, that's basically just the cherry on top. Like, you save that for down the road. You save that once you're done licking that cream. And you know me, how I like my cream. I went in there nose deep into that motherboard, pants pulled down, 45-degree bend, cheeks spread, and everything. Like, honestly, basically, I went in there with no fear. And you know how I am. I'm the type of person that basically fears nothing. Like, I will go in there deep just to get a whiff, and also just basically just to spite death. And so the very first thing that I did once I unboxed that motherboard was the CPU. Whew. Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast. Honestly, it wasn't as bad as I thought, but I do consider putting the CPU and the motherboard the scariest process when building your PC. It's just, I don't know, you're fighting these intrusive thoughts to like not drop it. It's like holding a baby and you're trying to like convince yourself to not drop kick it.
What are you doing?
But honestly, once you look at the triangle of the CPU and the triangle on the motherboard, it's kindergarten shit. Just match those shapes, stick it in there, and you should be good from there. I don't know, it's just something about it just feels so intimidating. Like it feels like you're doing fucking surgery. And I don't have the steadiest hands, but I don't know, I'm so glad that was over with, because right after that, everything was just smooth sailing. Next component I installed was the SSD, which looks like a stick of gum. Don't let anybody know that you have gum, otherwise everybody turns into a commie. Peel the sticker like when you're peeling bananas, stick it in, and finish hella early like every average man. Then the next part that I installed was of course the RAM. Put it into the 4 slots if you have 4 sticks. 2 will honestly do just fine, so I think the 4 sticks might be a little excessive, but it's not too shabby. I don't know what people would worry about. Now the CPU cooler? Woo-wee, that's a doozy right there. I've realistically never touched one before. Like that shit made me read on how to install it. It felt like reading the diary of a wimpy kid again, but for PC builders because it had both words and pictures luckily. I will be honest though, like that was the part I was the most excited to install. The fact that its purpose was to be one of the only lights visible inside the case. Like it's just immaculate. It's just, just cinema. It did take a while to figure out, however. Like, oh my lord. I don't recommend scattering all your parts. Like it'll confuse you, so keep in mind you won't be using all pieces provided, as you know, I kind of overlooked that. So yeah, that was the assembling process of the motherboard, and I gotta be honest, I'll confidently say I kept my cool. I definitely kept my cool. I didn't lose my sanity or nothing like that. Like honestly, a generic human would not keep their cool when they're building this thing. Like personally, like I'm just built differently. Like I rest my case on that. Like there's no way anybody can build this thing without breaking down. Like that's just that's just bananas. Speaking of built differently, this NZXT H9 case, oh beautiful, absolutely clean and super spacious. It's just fun removing the panels. However, it did surprise me the first time I opened it. Like it felt like I was just popping cherries, not gonna lie. Then I brought over the motherboard and mounted the motherboard along with the CPU cooler. Then, as what I'd consider to be kind of tedious but awfully simple, was wiring. And wiring it up along with like the power supply, which is the next thing that I needed to wire up and then mount onto the case. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Oh goodness. Don't rate my wiring. Shut up. I know I could have done better. I know there's better ways to manage it and stuff, but I'm just trying to figure out, you know, if it'll work the first time or not. Which, on hindsight, like I should have tested it before installing it into the case, but I was actually pretty confident that it would work the first try. I mean, like I said, like it's very straightforward. You can't mess up the plugs unless you beat and bend the living hell out of them. And now, the finger-licking finale. The cherry on top of another cherry. The thickest of the thick, the graphics card. And whew, man, this thing is a freaking beast. It was a freaking beast to install, and honestly really heavy. It's heavier than I expected, but it felt so incredibly satisfying once it was completely in. Is that it? Oh, thank God, finally. Okay, yeah, that's it, guys. It's done. Holy shit. I'm so glad it's finished. Oh my God, I can rest now. I just got tired just by thinking and watching myself building this thing. Oh my God, like, oh. Like, honestly, this was just as tiring as when I was building it. Like, oh my God, like, how the hell is that even fucking possible?
Hey, shut up.
And then as like one of my final moves, you know, I turned it on, and it works, guys. I was very happy that it turned on. Very happy about it.
What the hell?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right, guys. I forgot about that. So because the GPU was so heavy and it made me really nervous just looking at it hanging like that, I put some support under it, which was literally just a glue stick and a paintbrush, because putting those together was enough height to give it enough support. So that's what I did. That's a temporary solution. Eventually I replaced it with one that I 3D printed. Apparently the GPU didn't come with a support, so I ended up 3D printing it luckily, and now it looks great. Now it looks absolutely perfect. So there you have it, guys. That was my experience with building my brand new PC, and honestly, I am super duper excited to try out some new games with this thing. So be on the lookout for any new videos that I'll be posting in the near future. And now you actually get a better look of what my new setup will look like. So I'm actually going to show you guys next. Anyways, before I go, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I love making it and building my PC. Feel free to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell. And yeah, that's about it. Take it easy.